Hi guys, and welcome to our first and weekly technical post. My name is Manny. As you guys can see, there's a photo of me right in front of you. I'm a photographer, retoucher, digital artist and trainer. With this said, I quickly want to thank the Kiki team for giving me the opportunity to post these video tutorials of mine on the Kiki blog as well. What I basically want to provide in these video tutorials are tips and tricks on the post-production side of photography, like software knowledge, basic retouching, retouching on its own, getting certain effects, creating effects, increasing your workflow, plugins and presets, and way more, using programs like Bridge, Photoshop and Lightroom. As you guys can see, I'm already in Lightroom and want to get right into it with our first weekly post. Starting with the Lightroom tip today, changing the Lightroom logo into your own logo. As you guys can see already, I have changed my Lightroom logo into my own mannyphotography.co.za branding here at the top. Plus I changed the text and font style of the text here. Plus I added my logo on the left hand side of a panel and on the right hand side. So if I go up and down, it still stays there nice and easy. Why do I have this? This is because if you say sit with a client and you're at a meeting and showing the client something on your Lightroom, you just look way professional because your logo is everywhere. Plus, say you're at a shooting and you are shooting tethered directly into your Lightroom and your client is looking over your shoulder into Lightroom, you also look very professional because your branding is everywhere. This is just a super trick that helped me always, and this is what I want to share with you guys quickly today. Alright, I want to get started with the first logo here at the top. So what you will have to do is you have to go to Lightroom and say Identity Plate Setup. Select that. A new window will come up and it will pretty much look like this on your screen, like this. So you will have to firstly enable the box at the top here. This means that you are enabling the identity plate and you are able to change the top here as well. You have to select custom, change that to custom, and now you will have two options. Either use a style text identity plate or use a graphic identity plate. I just had use a graphic identity plate, which I will cover now. First I want to show you guys use a style text identity plate. So I'm going to tick off that box, and in here I can pretty much say your name is John Photography, maybe something like that, 2011, and I'm able to select all of that, change it to a nice font style, maybe Georgia, and change the size of the font, so say 48, and you will have it over here at the top changed to whatever it is, whatever photography. You can also write it in capital letters, whatever you like to. I'm not such a fan of the text styles, so I want to integrate a graphic identity plate. So if you hit, if you hit OK, you can leave it like that and it will stay like that. I want to show you guys how to use a graphic identity plate, so I'll switch over here and tick this box. Now for those of you who understand how to integrate something like this by resizing your own branding, you can just go to locate file and locate it somewhere. Say like for instance mine is on the desktop now. I say logo Lightroom PNG file because then it's transparency with a background. So I'm going to select that and say choose, and tada, I've got my logo in here already. I can just hit OK and you've got your logo directly integrated into your Lightroom. For those of you who don't understand how to resize this, I quickly will show you guys how to resize your logo and integrate it as well. Okay, cool. I'm just going to hit cancel, open my Photoshop and quickly create this box at the top here. Create this box here at the top so we know, or you guys know where I am at the moment. Go to file, select file, and in file new, and in here you will have to, if you want to make it a name, say logo, custom preset, please set it to custom, and the width has to be 400 and the height 57, resolution 300. Plus, don't forget you have to change the width and height to pixels, not centimeters or millimeters or something, just pixels. Say to pixels. Good. Then hit OK, select OK, and as you guys notice, we've got a nice box up here. So this is our small space where you are able to put your logo into. Going to quickly open my other logo that I have already integrated into Photoshop. Okay, now I've got it into Photoshop. What I pretty much want to do quickly is take this frame down, and say you opened your logo from somewhere else, you open the Photoshop, the image into Photoshop, and now you want to take your logo and put it into the small box. So what you will have to do is go onto your image, and drag your whole image, or the layer of your image over here, sorry, on the right hand side. Take the layer and move it into the other box that we just created. Okay, you don't need your other image anymore, so you can X that. Don't save, and now you can pretty much resize the logo in Photoshop and resize it into the small box. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit because it's super big, my logo at the moment, way too big for the small box. What I'm going to do is hit Command T, and I've got a box around it, so I'm able to resize it now. If I hold Shift and take a corner here, I can drag it all the way down and it just gets way smaller. Can take that box again, move it over to my box, drag this and make it really small. I can almost see it fits almost here on the side already, but still I'm going to zoom in again onto my image, so onto my box actually, so I see how big my logo is. Going to resize that as well. Okay, move it a bit up and going to hit OK or Enter. Now it resized to this size perfectly. On the layer here at the right, I still want to move my logo a bit to the middle, because if I'm going to save it like this, I will have the white strip in Lightroom, and I don't want that. So I'm going to select the layer here at the top, hit my Move tool, hit the layer again, and just move it up a bit with the cursors up and down. Okay, like that. Maybe position it a bit to the left or on the right, position it into the middle. Okay, but now I still have the two white stripes around it. That I also don't want that, so I'm going to double click here on my background layer here at the bottom, say OK just to unlock it, and now I will go to my marking tool over here, select the whole box, hit right click and say fill with a black background color, say black, and hit OK. Now Command D for deselect, and you're good to go. There's your branding, there's your logo, everything nice and neat in that small box. Only thing you have to do is save it and integrate it into Lightroom. Alright, to do that you will have to go to File, go to Save As, and in Save As I would pretty much save it in somewhere in my documents, in a folder where you will not delete it and where it will not disappear, because if it disappears, maybe your logo will go away or go out of Lightroom again because it can't locate the file. So locate it somewhere or save it somewhere where it's pretty much safe. I will do it on my desktop for now because it's for the tutorial purpose only. I will select, say the name at the top, say logo 3, and Lightroom version, put an L on that, Lightroom version 3, and I don't want to save it as a PSD. I want to save it as a PNG, because in this terms my background is transparent and will just directly integrate with Lightroom and it will look pretty good then. Go hit save on the right hand side here and you're good to go. PNG options, interface none, OK, select that, and now you're actually good to go. Now you can go out of Photoshop again, select Photoshop. I'll just go out of Photoshop quickly and go into my Lightroom again, and now in Lightroom I have to integrate it here into the top. So I'll go back to Lightroom, select Identity Plate Setup, and in here you will have to select go locate file. So that's where you saved the file just now a minute ago. So locate file, like I did, I saved it on my desktop, so select desktop, and in here logo L3, select that and choose, and ta-da, there's my logo, nicely in the box, nicely structured in the middle, and it looks good with my logo here at the top. So I'm happy with that. And if you want to, you still have the option now to change the text and font style on the right hand side for the options here at the top. So if your logo is, say, just Arial, you can leave it to Arial and it just looks super good with your logo like that. I wanted to change mine to Arial Black because that font style goes good with my logo, but I think it looks actually better with Arial, so I'm going to change it to Arial again now. Then if I want to, I can still change the font size, but I want to keep it at 22, big enough for me. That's all you want to do. Hit OK and you're done. Now once you shut down your Lightroom, or if you boot it up again, whatever you do, it will always stay here at the top. So don't worry, it won't disappear anymore. Then I still wanted to show you guys how to integrate the logo here on the left hand side and on the right hand side. It's pretty much the same principles you have to follow, but you will have to integrate it just a bit differently. The first step you will have to do is go to Lightroom, select Preferences, a new window will come up. In here, go all the way to Interface, select Interface, and in here you will see a bar saying panels. This actually means it's a panel on the left and on the right hand side. Select the panel, go into here, select that bar over there, and in here go to panel and markers folder. This means it will directly send you to the folder where it's integrated in Lightroom already. This folder is already in Lightroom somewhere. So you will have to locate this file and save your Photoshop file, PNG file, into that folder and then integrate it into Lightroom. I quickly will show you this. For the Windows guys, I'm pretty much sure you have to go to My Computer. If this step doesn't work for you, go to My Computer, go to Program Files, look for Adobe Systems, look for Lightroom, and then have a look for the folder called Panel and Markers. Alright, for the Mac guys, again, go click on here and you will directly see Mac took you already into that folder, and we've got it right in front of me, or us. And now if I double click on it, it will open and you'll see I've got my two logos in here already. So I'll move that over to the side quickly, just keep that window open, and I will close this window again. So I'm back in Lightroom now again. Now what I'm going to do is make my branding, resize it to this canvas size or this box size, and then save it into that folder I just opened, and then we're going to activate it in Lightroom. Alright, let's go to Photoshop quickly. Okay, in Photoshop, go to File, say New Canvas, and you want to pretty much save a new box. So what I'll do is say New Box. It's going to be Logo Box, say for instance something like that. Going to hit Presets, Custom again. The width has to be 265 pixels and the height 267 pixels. It's the resolution 300 and color mode RGB, yes, 16-bit, that works for me. Okay, hit that and we've got our small box or size, that canvas size that goes into Lightroom. I will quickly open my logo, drag it into Photoshop. Okay, got it here, and now I've integrated my logo already into this box. It's pretty much the same principles that we just had before. Drag your logo over to this box, resize it, and just save it like that. But I forgot to mention earlier that if you save it as a PNG, it doesn't matter if you have a white or black background, it's anyways going to be transparent. That's why you're saving it as a PNG. If you have a JPEG and it's black already, I would prefer make your whole background black, or try to make your background of your logo kind of this color over here, this grayish, because then it will just look really nicely with your whole Lightroom. Okay, going back to Photoshop, in here I'll say now we've done resizing and everything. You have your logo the way you want it. You go over to File again and select Save As. In Save As, I will now save it on my desktop just to show you guys quicker how to do this. Go to Desktop, I'll save this to Logo Box, and as a PNG, yes, and hit Save. PNG options, interlace, yes, I want none, okay, just keep it like that. So now I've saved it, but now I still haven't saved it into the right folder, and I still haven't integrated into Lightroom. So I'm going to minimize my Photoshop quickly, and I also want to minimize my Lightroom quickly. And in here, you will pretty much see my logo box now. You will see the logo box here on the right hand side, the PNG folder, and my folder that I just opened, the panel and marker box. So this is where the trick comes in now. You have to take this file and just move it into this panel, or this panel and marker folder. Drop it into there, and now it's integrated into that folder. Okay, hit X there and you're out of that again. So you go back to your Lightroom, and in Lightroom you will now, the last step that you will have to do is go back to Lightroom, go to Preferences, and in here Interface you will go back to your end marker, select that, and there we go, Logo Box PNG. Just select that and ta-da, we've changed our logo. It won't look different because it's the same logo I had before, but if I select a different one, you will directly notice it is something else. So if you have something totally different in there, that's most probably the default one. Yes, as it's saying default, I change it back to my logo box up and I've got it nicely and sorted in there. Alright guys, that was the quickest way to import these brandings into Lightroom. So I hope you guys enjoyed viewing these quick video tutorials. Hope to see you guys next week Wednesday again for another new technical rundown. My name is Manny, thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.